Good evening. Welcome to Books Are the Basis, the feature program that's going to be taking place each and every Monday between 7 and 7:30. We would like to apologize for being late. We experienced some technical problems, and I think it's sorted. Going forward, we will be on time. Yes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Just to open up, and we'd like to give our humble obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, who is the basis of this movement. And I don't think I would have had a chance to know Krishna consciousness if it wasn't for him. Today, the feature will be on Canto number 5 of the Bhagavatam, and we will be looking at the first text of the fifth canto, fifth chapter of the fifth canto. And here we are going to be talking about King Rsabhadeva, who is about to leave his kingdom. And as he is about to leave his kingdom, knowing that what happens in each and every kingdom, he has successors, and he is about to talk to his 100 sons who are, probably his successors, and he's giving them instruction on becoming a very trustworthy leader, and a leader that serves the people. And I'm going to go straight into the text that is on the fifth canto, the first text. And I'm going to read first the Sanskrit version of it. I'll try my best. I'm not really, really good. It's my first time doing it in public. So the first thing that I was I asked around, and I was told by God brothers that the invocation is something that is very important to actually take before you read the Bhagavatam. And this is to show respects to all the people that came before and that helped to get the Bhagavatam to where it is, which is in our hands, and they have taught other people who have taught other people. And in turn, today we are learning from other people who have learned from the others. And the invocation goes something like this: Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And you say it 3 times, and you should be good to go with the Bhagavatam. Okay, and then we're gonna delve straight into the text. I'm not gonna read the introduction. And the text, first in Sanskrit, which is the words of Lord Rsabhadeva to his sons. Rishava avacha nayam deho deha bajam narloke kastan kaman arhate vid bujam ye tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam sudyet yasmad brahma sukyam twa anantam. So we're just going to go straight to the translation and not go into the word for word translation. And here the translation says, Lord Rsabhadeva told his sons, my dear boys, of all living entities who have accepted material bodies in this world, one who has been awarded this human form should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification, which is available even for dogs and hogs that eat stew. One should engage in penance and austerity to attain the divine position of devotional service. By such activity, one's heart is purified, and when one attains this position, he attains eternal, blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness and which continues forever. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight into the purport, which is the purport that is translated and recited by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In this verse, Lord Rashivadeva tells his sons about the importance of human life. The word Deha Bak refers to anyone who accepts a material body, but the living entity who is awarded the human form must act differently from animals. Animals like dogs and hogs enjoy sense gratification by eating stool. After undergoing severe hardships all day, human beings are trying to enjoy themselves at night by eating, drinking, having sex, and sleeping. At the same time, they have to properly defend themselves. However, this is not human civilization. Human life means voluntarily practicing suffering for the advancement of spiritual life. There is, of course, suffering in the lives of animals and plants, which are suffering due to their past misdeeds. However, human beings should voluntarily accept suffering in the form of austerities and penances in order to attain the divine life. After attaining the divine life, one can enjoy happiness eternally. After all, every living entity is trying to enjoy happiness. But as long as one is encaged in the material body, he has to suffer different kinds of misery. A higher sense is present in the human form. We should act according to superior advice in order to attain eternal happiness and go back to Godhead. It is significant in this verse that the government and the natural guardian, the father, should educate subordinates and raise them to Krishna consciousness. Devoid of Krishna consciousness, every living being suffers in this cycle of birth and death perpetually. To relieve them from this bondage and enable them to become blissful and happy, Bhakti Yoga should be taught. A foolish civilization neglects to teach people how to rise to the platform of Bhakti Yoga. Without Krishna consciousness, a person is not better than a hog or dog. The instructions of Rishabhadeva are very essential at the present moment. People are being educated and trained to work very hard for sense gratification, and there is no sublime aim in life. A man travels to earn his livelihood, leaving home early in the morning, catching a local train, and being packed in a compartment. He has to stand for an hour or two in order to reach his place of business. Then again, he takes a bus to get to the office. At the office, he works hard from 9 to 5. Then he takes 2 or 3 hours to return home. After eating, he has sex and goes to sleep. For all this hardship, this only happiness is a little sex. Yan mai tunadi grahmedi sukan hi tusham. Rishabhadeva clearly states that human life is not meant for this kind of existence, which is enjoyed even by dogs and hogs. Indeed, dogs and hogs do not have to work so hard for sex. A human being should try to live in a different way and should not try to imitate dogs and hogs. The alternative is mentioned. Human life is meant for tapasya, austerity, and penance. By tapasya, one can get out of the material clutches. When one is situated in Krishna consciousness, devotional service, his happiness is guaranteed eternally. By taking to bhakti yoga, devotional service, one's existence is purified. The living entity is seeking happiness life after life, but he can make a solution to all his problems simply by practicing bhakti yoga. Then he immediately becomes eligible to return home, back to Godhead, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Janma karma cha mi devyam evam yo veti tatvata tyaktva teham punar janma naiti mam eti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. O Arjuna. Well, we will shut it there for today. We'll leave it there for today. Very, very insightful, and it's what a father apparently should be very, very mindful of by teaching it to the ones who come after, and I think it's something that seniors should partake in, teaching each other about the truth, Hare Krishna, and learning the difference between the lives that we are living today and the true life that we are supposed to be living. Tapasya is the life that we are supposed to be living. Austerities and penances that are all for the attention of Krishna, they are all in the name of Krishna. And Lord Rsabhadeva just gives a very good advice to his sons who are about to become kings, and we also find out about the difference between animal and man, that we cannot live like animals, and animals are more centered around self-gratification, sense gratification, where they live for defending, for enjoying, for sleeping, and for eating. And we are, more intelligent than that, and we are more blessed, to have an opportunity to even wonder and think about our origin. And that is, for me, a realization that has, brought me closer to Krishna consciousness, and to find out even more about, its origins and the people that have affected, that have had an impact on the movement, and where the movement is actually leading you to. It's leading you back to Godhead. And I think that's our original place, and that's where we should be aiming to go. And that's our aim, should be our aim of life. And this is not a an advice that is fit only for kings to be. I think it's an advice that should go for each and every person that is um, living in this world, because we are all sons and daughters of the Supreme. So our place is back to Him, our Father, and understanding that, and identifying with it is the best start, I think, for each and every person who gets into Bhakti Yoga, is to not to be indifferent about the instruction that is nectar of life. Yeah. So I think I've said enough. I don't think I'm allowed to take any questions, but you are more than welcome to also tune in to Savia the Monk, the channel, where he deals and expands on topics like this. And these are very, very serious topics, and topics that bring about realization about one's natural position and one's goal in life. And it's something that you can talk about every day and still find people giving you the best you know yeah so yeah, I think that's it for today. We will leave it there. Wusa 108 on Facebook, at Wusa108 at Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Please subscribe and look at the channels, and also join us every Thursday for Books Are the Basis session, where we are reading a book on Krishna, and it's getting very, very interesting each and every time, and learning from it and expanding from it, because we're doing it with Prabhu Savisache. And yeah, thanks to everyone that has tuned in. And yeah, till the next one. Books Are the Basis every Monday between 7 and 7:30. Don't miss it. This is where we are going to be having friends and people getting introduced to the books, which are the basis, and what is written in the books, to give us even a better reason to actually acquire these books and read them on a daily basis. Thank you for joining us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama.